Hi guys, thanks for purchasing our barbecue wine sale wines. I'm going to do a pairing with our 2019 Miles Edge White. It's also really good just cold out of the fridge. And this is actually going to be paired with our vegetable Lamejun, which is made with a lot of citrus. We've got a lot of orange in here. I made a Za'atar using some mint and some sumac and oregano and some other things. All the recipe ingredients are going to be on the site. And additionally, I got some really lovely heirloom tomatoes from Oliver Eats in town here, one of our favorite stores. So what we're doing is we're going to make almost like a pie crust with the Lamejun dough. Rolling out some dough. I love the little like flecks of orange zest you have in here. It kind of makes it nice and pretty. And I really like orange zest, and it's going to taste really good too. We have a vegetable filling that we'll add to the top of it, along with some Greek feta. All right, so I'm going to start filling these. I've got this really nice, I did a food processor grating / chopping of fresh zucchini and heirloom tomatoes and peppers and red onion, some garlic, a little bit of tomato paste, and some sea salt. And honestly, it's meant to be kind of simple. Actually, Lamejun are usually made with meat, but this one I wanted to do vegetarian as a base because then you can adapt it for whatever you need. You can also make it vegan. I use whole milk in the dough, but you can use a non-dairy milk in place of that, because the whole point of it is to be kind of like a lighter flatbread. So it's very flexible. So the whole surface, as much as possible, I'm going to try to coat with some of this tomato and zucchini filling, just in a thin layer. Here we go. I like to have a little bit of crust in the test runs I've done with it. A smaller crust for me was better, but if you want, you can go right up the sides of this pan. You basically want to make a tart. And, the nice, like, fresh flavors of, I actually have quite a lot of orange in here as well. The nice fresh flavors of the orange are going to come through with the baking. So I'm going to do that, and because it's meant to be light, I'm not going to mess with it too much. Just going to do a little bit of feta. A nice like crumble of feta here. And yeah, I tried it with some skim mozzarella, and even that was kind of too heavy for it. So go lighter on the cheese, or even like you don't even really need it, and that's not usually something you hear from me. I like cheese a lot. So basically, once it's at that stage, it can go right into the oven. 20 minutes in the oven, or on the barbecue. It kind of depends on what your temperature is, but as long as it's consistently cooked and basically golden brown around the edges, your Lamejun is done. You can remove it from the cast iron pan, make the next batch, rest them on some wire racks, and then top them with some tomatoes and nice grilled chicken. So the wine itself, we decided to make this blend because we wanted to use some of our fantastic whites on our site, as well as some Pinot Blanc from someone that we trust, basically to do the same style of growing that we do. Nice low yield Pinot Blanc from 20-year-old vines, and this is mostly fermented in stainless steel, maybe with a tiny proportion of barrel if my Viognier blending goes that way. I think this year it was all stainless steel. The alcohol turned out to be around 13%, so it's a, reasonably medium-bodied white. Basically, the Riesling is really driving the acidity and also the sweetness. Our regular Riesling that we do, single varietal, tends to have about 18 grams per liter residual. When it's blended, turns out to be about 6 or 8 grams per liter. So you've got a touch of sweetness, you've got some bright acidity, a lot of citrus fruit from the Riesling, and as well as the Pinot Blanc, because that usually has a lot of lemon in it, as well as some floral characters from our Viognier. It's very fresh, it's very open and fragrant, so this wine is meant to be really approachable and flexible, and it's designed for matching with pretty much anything. So I've decided I want Za'atar in there for a contrast, but also using a lot of citrus and fresh tomato and fresh zucchini in the filling over Lamejun. I was about to put this in the oven, and then I realized you've got to put the Za'atar on it. because a bit of heat is really going to bring out all that herb. And I was just looking at the jar instead of putting it on my food. And on the food is where it should go. So I'm covering it liberally with Za'atar, which is going to be ideal. And then also I have some of this hand-harvested, all-natural flake sea salt. Use any flaky salt you like. But yeah, a little bit of extra on that is going to really make the tomatoes in particular pop. The Viognier floral profile is not super pungent. What it here is very fresh. So almost as if you're in an orchard and you've got fresh apple blossoms or pear blossoms, and you've got that, it's floral, but it's not, it's not perfumey. It's got a really nice fresh floral character. And the Riesling always brings a lot of green apple to the party, as well as Pinot Blanc. It's one of the key characteristics of both of those wines. There seems to be like a touch of honey there. I have a feeling that's coming from the Pinot Blanc more than the Riesling, but both of those varieties tend to exhibit that character as well. Yeah. Overall, really good one to enjoy while you're cooking as well. Beautiful, beautiful pieces of chicken. So far, just crisping up nicely on this grill. I'm going to brush them with this Za'atar mixture that I've made with some orange juice from the reserved orange from my recipe, and some of the, just some olive oil. And basically that's just going to give us a nice coating on the chicken, but really, if you haven't grilled a chicken breast, just make sure it's a good one when you do it. Because this is going to be amazing, and the key is simplicity, just like with our wine. Listen to this. Oh, I just realized that my oven fan is probably going to be like real loud. But anyway, it's very crispy and very crunchy all the way through. Yeah, you can pick it up, carry it with you, and basically just munch on it as you go. It makes a really, really good lunch, I can tell you, because I've been test running this recipe for about a day. I didn't make nearly enough Za'atar to do 2 days of test runs. So I'm gonna just angle the camera up, and we should do a little food matching with the wine. Oh, hello camera. Cut a bit of a wedge of that one. The green tomato that I bought was huge. So there we go. I like onions when they're almost pickled, and sumac kind of does that to onions when you mix it with it. Yeah. I can already tell because the Za'atar is really fragrant. When I just bit into that chicken, it's still kind of, I have it in my nose, so I smell it, and it kind of brought the floral characters out of the wine. So my vegetable filling recipe calls for half an orange. And immediately, because I used some zest in there too, and zest in the crust, you got orange on orange on orange with this beautiful tomato flavor, some earthiness from the spices, and yeah, I mean, the chicken is very satisfying too, so I would say if you want to make a vegetarian meal, you don't necessarily have to include it, but it is a really nice addition to this. So this is a really, I'm glad this worked out, because this has kind of been based on some recipes I know about, but also I just kind of, invented this about a day ago. So yeah, here's my match. This is Miles Edge White 2019 with my vegetable citrus lamejun with nice grilled chicken as well, and a bonus baba ganoush recipe for later on. So enjoy. Thank you again for buying our barbecue wine pack. We're excited to release these new wines to everyone, and Tony and Moss have also made some recipes. And then we're going to meet and do a live stream tasting together, which should be fun. We're all in different cities, essentially. Tony works with me at the winery, Moss lives in Victoria, and yeah, we're all very still connected. So it's kind of a nice unifying thing. And doing live stream stuff is always fun. So yeah, until the next time, thank you again. I've been Mel, the winemaker, vineyard manager of Intersection Winery, and enjoy our pairings, and hopefully we'll see you soon. All right.